Hi everybody, it's Ruthie again. Let's talk paper organizing today. This is a cart that I've had for a while. I think I bought it at Staples. I'm not sure you can find it at Staples, but I think you can find it on Amazon. I will look it up, see if I can find one for you. This is where I keep my collections, my star rolls, as I like to call them. These are my papers, my starting pages that when I get ready to do a page, this is where I start. And then I go to what I consider my supporting rolls, which I'll show you in a few minutes. So in here, I have just some extra dividers here. This is my papers with the purpose file. I started this a couple years ago, and I love it. When I order a page, I order a paper that I find a paper that I specifically want to use for a certain picture. Even if I'm not ready to do that picture, I put it in this file. So I bought this paper because I got my grandsons picking flowers for their mom. I have a really dear friend and family member that lives in Texas, so I'm going to do a page for that. This one just screams my daughter-in-law. That's her favorite movie. My granddaughter had a skating program that she did. And my husband's family, grandparents, were in Eastern Star, and his mom was in Eastern Star, and that kind of reminded me of that. So I have a file here that I know that when I come across and I get ready to scrap those pictures, that's where I put them to start with. Okay, so the next one I have is I have this kit that I have, and right now when I get ready to use these kits, I keep the stickers with them for the most part. This one I'm going to keep with it, and all the paper, everything that it came with, I keep in here. Now I have some older pictures and of weddings and different things that I plan on using some of this kit for. And here I have Faith. So there's my stickers. I keep the whole kit together. I just put one of these dividers, which I will try to link down below for you. So I have these organized by the way I scrapbook. The way that's the first thing when you're scrapbooking. Figure out your style. Figure out how you need your papers organized, the way you see them. Some of my paper I look at them, and even though it's got multiple colors, I sort them by, this is the first color I see, this is the pop color, this is what I would use it for. This one is my flowers. So I have them organized by blue, different colors, like this is a blue. But when I look at this is a perfect example. I see that, and my first thing when I saw the blue popped out more. So I do that with all of my papers. I just pick out the color that pops first to me. And then I go from that to, this is my floral, but kind of a pinkish color. So I go through and I pick out any paper that I think has flowers that I would want to maybe start a page with, and that has pink on it. And I put them in this section here. Okay, I have this one in my floral. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet. So I did want to cut it down till I figured it out. So I just put that one in here because I also like the back of it. So I haven't decided. So that's why I just have that one sitting here by itself. And then I have my oranges and yellows, kind of fall colors. My papers with purples in it, with florals or, and then I have greens. If I can get my fingers to work. So you just kind of pick a color, and I have them sorted by color, but they're all floral here. So these, see, this is more of an orange. There's some reds, and I have them all divided by this. And this one is more of like multicolors, the ones I just couldn't decide. So that's what that section there is. This one in the back here. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, there it is. I do have a divider. These are the papers with floral that has shapes. So I think I'm going to use these specifically for the shape that they have. So I have these separated out. So that's what all of those are. Okay. These are florals that have a dark background. So, it's just not that I just wanted to, like sometimes you have a picture that's really light that looks better on a dark background, but you still want to use florals. So that's why I put those there. And if I find a section that I see that to me is not working for me, I'm not going to it, then I'll find out why and I'll sort them out and change it. But for now, this is kind of, and they're all sorted by, kind of the same categories, the greens, the blues, the purples. This one is another collection that I have that I put. This one did not come with florals. I mean, did not come with embellishments, but I bought embellishments separate. So I have all of these that I have in here because, like I said, it's a collection of paper. And here is another collection. Now, I do have some papers that did not come in this collection, but that I put in here together because to me they look like they belong together. So this is more of a collection plus a couple of extras that I found that to me, if it didn't come in the collection, it needs to go with the collection. So that's what that one is. This one is my girl type papers. Anything that I think I might use for my granddaughters, and I had that section that I put in there. And then this one is games. So there's just a bunch of like toys and games. These papers here I put in here. Like we have a family night. Game nights, occasionally my son does. So any gaming papers, toys, that kind of thing I have in this section here. And the next section is, I have this paper. I'm not sure, I didn't know where to put it, so this is kind of a miscellaneous. And I also have just some more general miscellaneous papers that I wasn't sure where I wanted to put them, but I knew I wanted them out to be able to find. This one is my kitchen home kind of collections that I bought. So I have all of these kind of together here. This one is my genealogy and heritage papers that I'm going, my memorial type pages that I would use for that. So any paper that I thought I would use in that category, I put in there. This one is I consider my military and my husband. He was a firefighter, just recently retired. So these are papers and things that I had bought for him that I wanted to put all together because I knew that I have quite a few pictures for him and military, because him and my son, and we have some past family members that were in the military. This is kind of my male section. It doesn't mean they have to be, but I have more. I have my two grandsons that play sports. So this is kind of my go-to boy section. There's a lot of different, doesn't mean that I can't use for girls, but it's just in general. I think about my grandsons that play this. This is another collection I put in here. So when I have a collection, I put it in the section where I think I would look for it first. This is all of my school papers, anything that I buy that I think I would use for a school layout. Excuse me. And this is another collection, a spring collection that I bought and I wanted to put together. And this is my summer type papers that I put in that section there. And the next section I have is travel. So I have a lot of my different papers for travel, vacation, that kind of thing in that section. And then I have some fall florals that I have in this section, because I have another section that I keep my Christmas, my Halloween, and that kind of thing on my IKEA unit. But I don't necessarily use those as often, but I do use the fall colors quite often. And these are just some extra dividers, things that I have. These are just some sketches that I have to put away. When I get ready to start, I look in here to find my first paper. And then I go to what I consider my supporting roles. Those are my star players. These are my supporting roles. Up here, I have all of my Christmas and my Halloween papers up here. This is, again, not something I use a lot of, but I do have another container that I need to put back in here, and that way my papers won't bend right now I just have it sitting out for a minute. This is my pink. What I did was I put all of my cardstock that I have, whether it's the smaller 8.5 by 11, 12 by 12, I put all of those in here. And then after, because I kept going through and I'm looking at papers and I'm like, I'm going to all of these different sections trying to find which paper I want to use. And I know normally, like if I pick up a paper that's a multicolor and I want to use pink or yellow or black, so I decided to put my papers like that to see how it worked. So these behind here is all of my pink printed paper. So anything when I'm looking for a pink paper for a supporting roll, I put in here. Now I thought about it first. I thought I would go through and I would divide these up and put them in a certain category. But right now I haven't done that, but it's on my to-do list one of these days. This is my red section, all my red paper. This is also great because I can see, do I need more red paper? Do I need more pink paper? Am I running low on white paper? Now, I don't have as much paper as some people do, but to me, this is what's going to work. And then I have all of my paper with red. Oh, look, you don't belong there. So it's easy to just grab the ones that's out of place, come up here and put them to the front, in front of that divider, and then it's divided again. These are some more of my red papers. And then I have a section here. This is my multicolor section. So this is all my supporting papers that are multicolor. I don't have a lot of those, so I was able to divide them up per certain color that I thought I would use them at. This is my orange section, so behind here, and I don't care if it was an 8.5 by 11 sheet or a 12 by 12. I put them in here, so that's my orange, and then I have yellow, and then behind here I have my yellow supporting papers. And like this one here, I have a couple of these. And that's primarily pink, but it also has yellow in it. So I put some in pink and some in yellow. These are my purples, and behind here I have all of my purple printed paper. This is my green section. As you can see, I have a lot of greens. I think every collection comes with green paper. So I have all of the supporting papers back here. And then I have my blue section. And here's my blue printed paper here. So anytime I'm looking for something to go with the page. And then I have my grays and beige type colors. Scoot over, little guy. And then I have all of my gray supporting papers back here. These are my white papers, and these are the kind of the white background type papers, supporting papers that I have. And then I have my black section, and then I have all my black supporting papers. You know, not necessarily starting papers, but then I have my browns. And so I have all of my browns supporting papers, and I keep my wood grain in my browns as well. So when I get ready to look for wood grain, I know to go to my browns. I do have a couple of wood grain that's more black color that I have in my black, and I have some that's more of a white background that I have with my white. So I've sorted all of my paper according to this. And when I get ready to do some papers, and I have days that I'm not able to walk around at all, but I still want to scrapbook, then I can ask my husband, my grandson, my daughter, whoever happens to be here helping me out that day, if they can grab me my supporting papers for my purple. And they can just grab a handful and bring it to me. And my greens are that thing. So my process is I come over here and I find the paper that I want to use. Let me see, I'm going to find that. Let's see this, let's use this one here. This one here. And then I know that when I want to find a paper to maybe go with it, you could look at orange, you can look at yellow, you can look at pinks, greens. So that just kind of gives me a starting point. I go from here, and then I would go over to the section and find the papers that I want to go with it. So I hope this helps you guys. If there's anything that I have bought, I will try to add it to the description. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. If you haven't subscribed to the channel or hit that bell, please do so, because we have a lot more to do. I have a lot of memorial heritage type pictures to do, just some fun kid pictures to do, and some great pictures of me and my husband over the last 42 years. So guys, if you haven't talked to your family, if you haven't text your kids or your mom and dad, please do so. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.